Hey folks, let's learn something new about the oil and gas industry. All right, today we got an extra special guest. We got Scott with Distant CME. Hey Scott.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Doing awesome. And what part of the country are you in right now?
Pennsylvania, northeast edge of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and so Scott and I couldn't figure out how to get to the same city at the same time, so we're shooting this interview via Skype. So Scott works for this fascinating company called Distant CME. And Scott, I'm going to let you tell our audience, what does Distant CME do?
Well, we were kind of founded on the idea that EMS professionals, EMS providers, in different austere environments have a hard time maintaining their credentials. We were actually kind of born out of military medics and contract medics in Iraq and Afghanistan, calling us and saying, hey, my certifications are coming up. There, of course, are no classes out here. What can I do? So National Registry has some really stringent rules and regulations based on their education, whereas most of the education must be live, interactive, face-to-face. And it kind of dawned on me, well, just like Skype. I mean, we're talking live.
Right.
I'm in Pennsylvania. You're in where you're at.
Houston.
And Houston.
Yeah.
And why can't we do that now? So we kind of started with that, and then we realized that a lot of the other industry paramedics and EMTs and EMRs were now coming to us because they were saying, hey, I'm a paramedic on an oil rig, and I do 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. Well, during my 3 weeks off, I don't want to sit in a classroom. So why can't I do it with you guys? And that was kind of the crux of the beginnings of Distant CME. Online live education, meeting the national requirements, meeting the standards, and then saving industry money, saving employees time and effort.
Yeah, so I can see that, right? So a lot of people in the oil and gas industry may not know this, but a lot of parts of the industry, you have EMS or emergency service personnel in place on purpose, just in case they're needed. And so these guys, so what you're telling me now is these guys can actually stay on top of their certifications without having to spend time and effort to sit in a classroom during their off time. They can do it while they're actually offshore or in a compound in South Africa somewhere.
Correct, absolutely. And we've actually seen a bunch of industries come to us with this same kind of problem. We've had students on oil rigs. We've had students on drilling platforms in Afghanistan, Iraq, Kurdistan. We had a guy in Kurdistan on a seismic survey vessel off the coast of Africa. And the feedback we're getting is, hey, I'm already here. I'm already working. Of course, I get time off. Why don't I spend a couple of hours of my time off banging out those certifications, keeping myself refreshed, and not having to waste my vacation time when I come home or my downtime when I come home?
Yeah, so Scott, let me ask you this. From the company's point of view, this seems like this is a win-win. It seems like it'd be less expensive to the company, but at the same time, you're making sure that your EMS personnel are all up to specs as far as certification. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I have a great example. We service a company called Triple Canopy. And what they were doing previously, and they provide EMS services to security details in austere environments. And what they would do is fly in another paramedic, fly out that paramedic who needs an educational offering, and then pay an instructor to fly from the United States and hotel flights. You're now paying more providers in country. And they were spending about $5,000 to $8,000 per person. And they said, hey, is there any way we can kind of get in touch with you? What's going on? And I said, well, even if I were to charge you list price, it's $800
Right.
for everything. And they were absolutely amazed that and everyone has an internet connection.
Right.
All you need.
Yeah. So Scott, this is awesome, man. So you're actually helping the personnel out there. You're helping the industry, and you're actually helping the company. I mean, this is a win-win situation for all involved.
Oh, absolutely. The employees love it because they get to actually spend that downtime doing downtime things. The companies love it because they're basically getting, double the effort for their money. I'm already paying you to be on that rig, on that drilling rig, on that ship. I might as well just pay you to do the education that you need to keep your job and to keep you up to speed while you're already there, instead of now paying that employee to sit in a classroom that non-productive time.
Man, what a great idea. What a great use of technology. So Scott, if people wanted to learn more about what you do, where should they go?
Distance CME, DISTANCE.com.
Yeah, folks, and we'll put a link in the show notes so you don't have to be writing stuff down. Scott, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, Mark. Hey, it was a pleasure talking to you.
It was. So folks, I hope this helped. We will see you next time.